Oh yeah, squash the beef.
Oh yeah.
Episode 3. Oh my god, what was that freaking voice, man?
Sorry, my bad.
You're creepy.
You know how I do.
Yeah, bro. So it's been a blast.
It's been a minute.
The past week, right?
Yeah, man.
So tell us about that week. What did we do, bruh?
Wow, man. We went to Japan. We went to Kansai area. For the folks that don't know Kansai, it consists of the 3 cities, Osaka, Kyoto, and Kobe. So, how was your experience, man?
Dude,
it was
it was
your first time, right?
I've been in Korea 6 years, and it's like, I feel almost ashamed to say that it was my first time. But yeah, man, it was a freaking blast. It was an eye opener too, because I didn't know anything about Japanese culture besides anime and like porn. Right?
Oh
Jinx you. That's literally the only 2 things I knew, though. I think, and Japanese rock, which is really good.
Oh, rock.
Okay. With an R, buddy. Yeah, but it was a good time. It's a lot hotter, man, than Korea. Humidity wise, didn't you feel that too?
Oh, fuck,
dude, you've been there like what? How many times?
I don't know now, but like 6-7 times.
Yeah, right.
Now.
That's what I'm saying, man. You've been there for a lot of times, but
yeah. Shout out to my Konan peeps.
What is Konan?
Konan University.
Oh,
yeah,
is that like
I met them? They were like exchange students at my school in SUNY Buffalo.
Oh, in your college?
Yeah.
Where's Conan? Where Konan?
Yeah, Konan, not Conan.
So ignorant.
So we
don't hate me, guys.
Dude, we passed by there like a million times.
Konan University?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Remember, it's like near Kaori's house. Ashia, remember Ashia?
Oh yeah, I remember Ashia.
Near there.
Like we saw the school.
Literally, like we passed it like 10 times. Yeah.
But we actually like saw the school. Did someone point it out like, yeah, it's from university?
It was probably in the background somewhere, cause like it's kind of far up in the towards the mountains. Yeah. Remember Mount Roko? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like that's one of the big mountains there. I think it's like next to there, but it's up in the mountains somewhere, towards the mountains at least. So,
bro, it was a blast, man.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, like the weather wise, it's definitely more humid than Korea in the summertime, at least. I don't know about anywhere else, but like anytime else, but summertime a lot more humid. It's about 5 degrees Celsius. It's like about, I think, almost 10 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than Korea is during the summertime. Wouldn't you say? I was like, holy shit, that shit hit me really hard.
About 10, but definitely, yeah, it feels a lot hotter, and that's probably because the humidity.
Yeah, but another thing is that like you talked about, clear blue skies, man. It's like beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
No yellow dust, like we talked about episode 1.
Yeah, no yellow dust. You don't get that yellow dust. It's just clear night skies, clear day. Yeah. Blue skies, like real skies. It's like here, like on the best days, you'll get like, it's kind of like hazy.
Oh, slightly hazy. You see that little haze, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And like for the people that don't know what we're talking about, it's pretty much, it could look like a clear day, but if you look far enough, like at a distance, like you point out like some building that's like, several blocks down, it starts to get a little, I don't know how to say it. It's like a little white. It's
a little hue. It's like slight hue.
Yeah.
But
you love that hue.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Anyways.
Yeah, but the air quality is better in Japan. I think overall. I don't know. I mean, we lived in like Seoul, Gyeonggi area, metropolitan, like biggest area in Korea. So, I mean, we haven't been to Tokyo yet. We've only been in Kansai.
I've been to Tokyo, but you haven't been to Tokyo.
Is it? Oh yeah, I haven't been. I haven't been. Is it like similar? The air quality there too? It's like pretty nice.
It's clear. It's clear everywhere.
Industrialized.
In Japan. Yeah, you'll get blue skies and weather's great.
Yeah, the weather was really good. I'm sorry. The weather is hot and humid, but the air is very good. Transportation wise, I was from Dan's house. Dan, where does Dan live again? Like in Kobe?
Yeah. Near Kobe City,
Right.
or maybe it's in Kobe, but Hyogo at least.
Hyogo?
Hyogo
Right.
Prefecture.
Right.
Shit, I might be wrong, but anyways, he lives near a couple stations. So, one Mikage Station and Sumiyoshi Station, and that other one I forgot. It's like Roko or something.
These stations are all subway stations, right? Not like bus stops. We're talking about like actual subway
Like
stations, right?
the train.
Yeah, the train station. So we took the JR railway pass.
Yeah.
And like most people say that transportation is super expensive in Japan, but actually you proved me wrong on that part, because we've been like in Kansai. That's 3 major cities, and we went everywhere in those areas. And how much did we spend on that? Like,
right. So like for the pass, there's like a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day pass. I don't know about 5. I don't remember. But anyways, we got the 4 day pass for $63. Or actually, if you reserve it online early, you can get it for $63.
That bald-headed guy was like,
no. Yeah, so we met this
discount.
Met this dude with a weird ass dome.
He had a shiny ass dome, dude.
Yeah, and he was working for JR, and we're trying to get our ticket for $63.
So we were at the airport, right? And then we were at the airport. We got out with our bags, and then the JR, for people who want to use that for future references, it was on the first floor. It was on the second floor. It was like on the second floor, right?
Second floor.
Yeah, second floor, and then outside you see like there's like different
right next to the Nankai line. Nankai is usually what people take to go into the city of Osaka. It goes to Namba Station. So.
Well, how come we didn't take that? Because JR is better, like.
Because we took a bus directly to Amagasaki.
Oh yeah,
station.
right.
Yeah, because our boy is in Amagasaki Station, so that's why we just took a bus there. But when we were trying to retrieve the tickets, that was like in Kobe Station, and we couldn't get it in Sannomiya Station. So we couldn't get it Kobe because. We couldn't get the full discount because I actually, our pickup, thing was actually Kansai Airport when I first reserved it online. And because that place wasn't Kansai Airport, they're like, yeah, sorry, we can't give you a discount. And that's why I was like, are you serious? That weird ass dome guy was like,
wait, but that we were at Kansai Airport, weren't we?
No, but we didn't pick up the tickets there. We were waiting online, and I was like, yo, we got to bounce because we got to meet my friend at this time. Remember?
Yeah. So that's when we went outside.
That's why we took the bus instead of,
right.
You know what I mean?
But we got we were able to get the JR pass at the Kansai Airport, right?
You can get it at Kansai Airport, but we didn't get it there. We got it at Sannomiya Station.
Oh, right. Dude, yeah, my memory's hazing me, man. It's like... I don't know. Did we smoke up? Yeah, dog. But that guy had a funny ass dome. But yeah,
shiny as fuck.
Yeah, dude. We were like, yo, if we get that guy, we're gonna laugh our asses off.
I know, dude. I was like,
and he's like, next.
I was like, no,
man. But we didn't laugh though. We were serious though. Yeah. Dude, not a bad deal though. $63 for like 3 cities. For 4 days, right?
Yeah.
That's
4 days.
A great deal, actually. Yeah.
Unlimited use of JR buses, JR subway. JR line, whatever. So, yeah. I mean, it really depends on what your schedule is. So, like, for us, like, we had a lot of things to do.
Yeah, we did.
So, we definitely used the shit out of that pass.
Yeah, we did.
And you can actually use it to go to the airport or come out of the airport.
Yep.
So that's already like $15 right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you're saving.
One way, right?
Yeah. One way.
Yeah. So that was...
So that's why we used it on the way back on our 4th day. You know what I mean?
It was good, man. I mean, so yeah, I recommend JR. I mean, although...
JR Pass, yeah.
JR Pass. Although Dan is Brian's friend. His house, we stayed at Dan's house. Also, yeah, Dan and Joe, they're roommates, so we stayed at their house. And although his house is a little far from the station that we were trying to go to, like every time we try to like take the JR pass and use it, we had to walk like 20 minutes, but
Yeah. Because he just lives in between all the stations I mentioned. All
right.
those 4 stations. It's literally in between
Amagasaki, like all that stuff. So, but that was I would say, yeah, it's pretty convenient. It's not as bad as I thought. Not as expensive. Taxis are a little more expensive than Korea. Like,
fuck yeah.
it's like 1 minute, $1 per minute. I'm not even. I counted that shit, and I was like, we were on a taxi. Remember with
it was nighttime
Kaori?
Too. Oh,
Yeah.
that time.
With
Yeah,
Kaori,
yeah.
like in the daytime.
Mhm.
And I was like counting that shit. We were in the taxi for like 20 minutes, and it came out to like $21. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, man, let's get out of here.
Yeah, and what'd you think about the transportation in terms of like actually taking it? You know, not like the price, but like,
I'll be honest with you, bro. It's pretty freaking confusing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Right.
I'm lucky you knew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like, cause I like they have it in Japanese, like the screen.
Yeah,
and then it switches to the English part. But there's like a local line, express line, and then there's like another express line.
Yeah.
Right?
There's like rapid express,
Yeah.
limited, whatever.
So I don't know shit yet. Like if it weren't for you, I would like I would have just stayed around Dan's house the whole trip.
Right.
But it's kind of confusing to me personally. Like
Yeah.
Korea's very like just straightforward, kind of green line, brown line, yellow line. They sometimes, collide. But that's it. Like there is an express line for every line, but it's not like, I don't know. To me, it was like a little more confusing. But
Yeah,
I think if you
because there's like 2 stations. You know, there's for one line, and there's another station with the same name for another line.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So that's why it can be very confusing. You could be at one place, you're like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how come this doesn't go here? But it's because you have to go on that other line, probably.
But yo, everyone's mad helpful, man.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I would say that the Japanese people, like the general people, just just like people who help, like they're workers there, or you just meet like anybody. They're like, everybody's just really, really, really nice.
Yeah, man.
And really helpful. So like, remember that dude? Remember we were coming back to Incheon Airport on the last day.
Yeah.
He's the guy who works at the train station, and we didn't like. Obviously, we don't speak Japanese, so dude, he came to us 3 times.
Yeah, to make sure that we get our asses on the right place.
He's like 5:40. Like, get on this one.
Yeah,
like,
carts 4 to 5. Or 4 to 6.
So I felt that like, the people there are really super nice. Like, I was ordering coffee one time, and there was like two types of coffee. It was like latte, and then there was like this Japanese version of a Americano thing. And the pictures looked, I couldn't read, so the pictures looked a little different. And the guy was like trying to help me pick the right one. So I was like, that one, the one on the right. He like, the screen was pretty high, so this dude like kept jumping up.
Oh yeah,
hands trying to like this one.
Yeah,
he's like doing jumping jacks, trying to like help me, like
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, man, like, goddamn, he's like really putting in that work.
Yeah, that work. And also like these stores, they all carry like maps, physical maps.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I didn't
know
know
that. So if you ever get lost, which I have before, you just go up to a store and you ask, and they'll literally whip out a map.
Throw a map in your face.
Yeah, they'll throw a map at your
Just
face,
look at this
and
shit.
they'll be like, "Yeah, this is where you go." And they're really nice, man. Really nice.
I think that's why, like, you really like Japan. You really like. I mean, you're
who wouldn't?
Yeah,
Who
that's
wouldn't,
true. That
right?
Like, you were friends with a lot of the exchange students in Konan University when you were in college. So like, let's talk about that a little bit. Like, how did you meet them? And like, we met them in Japan, so that was really cool, to meet your friends.
Yeah, I met them like literally like 7 years ago in school, and I met them through my friend Dan. Shout out to Dan. He was really like into Japanese culture, and he's pretty much like a Japanese dude at this point.
He is, man. Yeah, I don't consider him a white dude, do you?
Yeah, he speaks Japanese fluently, and well, now he does. I don't know back then, but yeah, he knew everyone. So because he went to Japan before as an exchange student.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came back, and then the Konan students came to SUNY Buffalo, that's when, you know, he threw house parties and stuff, and that's where I met them.
Damn, so you met him at like Dan's house parties, right? Like
Yeah. Oh man, it was fun, man.
I heard some stories, man. They were pretty wild.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Like introducing them to like shotgunning and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, and like some people couldn't, you know, like there's a rush, and like, you know, some
Yeah.
people like threw up. I remember. It's like and Four Loko. Those of you who remember Four Loko,
oh god,
that
the
energy
old-
drink.
yeah.
And anyways, yeah, I
Mhm.
remember some wild stories. But anyways, that was fun. Oh man,
That's-
I miss Four Loko.
I don't.
It's kind of equivalent to Strong, except it's weaker. I mean, it's Strong is weaker than Four Loko, I believe.
Because you feel that shit going down. But it's crazy how you met.
Strong is a Japanese drink.
Oh yeah. We actually took pictures of that too. So you can see
Yeah.
that on our Instagram. You know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's actually it's a good drink. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
it tastes
good.
like just like it tastes like an energy drink, but
Yeah,
it's pretty strong.
yeah. I mean, that's why, hence the name Strong.
Hey asshole.
Hey asshole.
hey, look here for a second. But it's crazy how you're like maintaining such, you know, strong friendship with them, because you lived in America. They came back to Japan, and you were living in Korea. It's like, how did you maintain that like friendship? You know, because I have a lot of friends that I consider really close,
Mhm.
but I haven't seen them in a long time, and I wonder how it'll be to meet them again. But it was almost like so we met these Japanese friends, you know, that Brian knew, that you knew. So like we met them in Japan. We met like, you know, four of them: Mina, Dai, Kaori, and Dan's like one of your friends. So
yeah, four
But,
of them,
dude,
yeah.
it seemed like you guys are like, oh, like, hey buddy, like
Yeah,
almost like you guys just saw each other yesterday, you know.
because we hung out with each other so much and back in college,
Yeah.
and even after, because like some of them worked in New York City, and I just happened to see them. And also I went to Japan like several times before,
Yeah.
in the past, so like I would see them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's how we maintained our, you know, relationship. I wouldn't say we message each other all the time, maybe just sometimes, but still, they're like, I'm very comfortable with them just because we hung out that much. You know what I mean? I would see them all the time, like at the house parties back then, like literally 7 years ago.
Yeah, dude, there's all your friends are so fucking nice.
Right? They're so nice.
No, but let me tell you this. Okay, it's like, you know, you meet nice people in your life, right? And it's like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. Like I can introduce you to some of my friends, and you'll be like, oh, he's a nice dude. She's a nice girl. But this is like another level, man. I think, because they go above and beyond to really make us feel comfortable. And I really felt it was really genuine.
Right.
Like, so I really respected that, but it was like very like honorable to meet people like that, because you don't meet people like that in life a lot. Like I feel like I for example took for granted like what it meant to be a really kind, genuinely kind person, just to do things out of the goodness of your heart.
Right.
And I kind of like, I don't know, man, it kind of like restored that, like, shit, people can be really nasty, but like other people can be really, really nice. Like it's to the point where, you know, for example, like Mina, your friend Mina, we went to that sake brewery.
Yeah.
And that was a really cool experience too.
Yeah.
But
she's Korean Japanese.
Yeah, but yeah, she's basically Japanese, right? Like,
so it was pretty cool because like she was Korean Japanese, and we got two Korean American
exactly
guys.
We
all look Korean, but we ain't really Korean.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It was interesting. It was interesting.
Yeah.
But she immediately, when we went there and we looked, like, we just kind of were doing our thing, and the sake brewery was cool. Immediately, she's like, "You guys want this?" Like, because I was like, I was looking at, like, you know, one of the packages of the sake. You know, they had 3 bottles. Yeah. In like one package deal.
It was like a souvenir shop.
Yeah, souvenir shop, and I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like, oh man. And Mina immediately looked at my face, and she's like, oh, hey, do you want it? I was like, no. I was just, I was just saying it looks cool.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, I got it.
She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and then she picks up another one for me.
Yeah.
So we both of us had a set of 3 sake bottles.
Yeah. And she bought it, and like I was like,
super nice.
Who the hell does that?
Yeah, I know.
Like who does that? You know what I'm saying?
Mina's really nice. I mean, all the Konan students are nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. It's really. I'm glad I'm friends with her. She's
yeah,
really
dude.
nice.
Like even Kaori, man, she paid for a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
She took us to that Kyoto castle temple. Was it like that temple we went to?
So we
Day
went
4?
we went to what is it called? Kiyomizu Dera Temple. And we also went to Kinkakuji, the golden pavilion thing.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. It's like a temple, or it's a temple, right?
I don't know what the hell it is.
It's a beautiful temple made of all gold.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I was like, wow,
really
that's
nice.
really cool. But she took us, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But be careful, because there's like a lot of tourists there, and like like, I mean, I love my Koreans, I love my Chinese people, but they just, I don't know, man, like they have that pushing culture, man.
Pushing culture?
Like, they don't know how to wait on a goddamn line.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like all scattered all over the place, and like that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but it's all good. I mean, we were all having fun anyways. We were with our, it was us 3, me, you, and Kaori,
right.
So it's all good. But it was just something, I was like, oh man, these freaking people.
Even when we came back to Incheon Airport, remember in that shuttle bus, dude, your face was like, I'm about to kill.
Tell them that story. Tell them what happened.
I mean, a couple of things happened, but we were in that shuttle bus.
The Burger King.
Oh, well, first of all, I'll talk about the shuttle bus. So we were on that shuttle bus, and all these Koreans and Chinese people and other immigrants, they were like squishing into this shuttle bus. Like, everybody go on! So everybody just like fucking, it was like a stampede, as if they were running away from zombies.
Yeah.
All just got off the plane and squished into this like pushed. Yeah.
Complete savagery.
Dude, you could have raped a girl in there, and like, I'm sorry, but like, and nobody would know.
Yeah, he doesn't mean that. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
No, but seriously, it's like, it's like there's no
Jesus Christ.
there's no barrier, personal private space.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, dude, I can do whatever the hell I want. You know?
It was like almost about to be that scene from Titanic when Rose puts her hand, or whoever the fuck puts their hand on that thing, because the condensation.
You had to.
It was like literally like, it was just too much for me. That's usually what happens in these other Asian countries, but in Japan it's very different. They don't. They have that personal space just like in the States. And we talked about that a lot, didn't we, Joe? We said that Japan really reminds us of back in the States, right?
Yeah, dude. If you like push somebody or shove somebody on the subway or the train in the States, especially in New York City, you'll get your ass fucking
New York gonna get it to you.
Whooped. You'll get an elbow to your face, a spit to your face. There's a lot of, like Korea.
There's consequences. There's real life consequences.
Yeah, like,
and your life will flash before your eyes. You'll be like, oh, so this isn't what I've been doing this my whole life, but damn, I'm gonna change my shit now.
Yeah, I will maintain my person. I'm sorry.
Your whole life will change.
Yeah, dude.
People will learn in New York City. If you live in New York City, you'll learn.
Like I was, Jesus, you're so ratchet.
Why?
Don't look at me like that. Right after you said learn, like you're like,
my bad.
But in Korea, a lot of like, I was in Korea, like subway stations, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these older, like creepy dudes, like perverted creepy dudes, they would purposely, when it's like squishy time in that subway, and everyone's like push, you're in that subway, and some of my friends have dealt with this too. I think every Korean girl, or every girl that's been in Korea before, has dealt with this before. So like,
they'll take advantage of
the guy would come behind the girl and literally like take advantage of that push to like
feel her up
feel her up first of all, and second, squish, like push up his small little crotch onto that girl's whatever part of her body. God. And so you feel like, can you imagine? You're like standing in line. You feel this little...
That poor girl. That innocent
poor girl
who probably only had one boyfriend in her whole life.
I'm telling you, man.
And she's like, what is this like steel rod between my ass cheeks?
Jesus Christ. You feel like 3 different little pressure points behind your back.
It's like, what is that? It's that on my spine.
But that shit happens, like, dude.
Yeah.
This shit happens. I'm telling you, sexual assault is so like sometimes natural here, and it's like disregarded. So like that's something I respect Japan about, because like they're very on point about their personal space. Yeah. They really respect that. So I was like, damn, it's kind of different. Yeah. I think, there's a lot of cool things about Japan, though. Like the style and fashion, like you talked about this too. You're like, there's a lot of, the style and fashion is a lot different than other cultures.
So what'd you find different between Japan and Korea, man? If you could just generally describe it.
I would say that, okay, for example, I mean, I like girls, so.
You like girls?
I do. Surprise!
Why'd you touch my dick?
What? Excuse me. That's what you always. All right. So.
Oh, you was drunk.
Oh my god. All right. So I think girls, like their fashion style and everything, I guess it depends on the city too, or the person. I don't know, but it's very different. Mm-hmm. Right. Everyone's got like their own unique style, and they kind of like have access to different types of clothing that you can buy in like different places. Like, for example, Korea, even in America, it's like very uniform. Like people usually wear the same, like it's very similar types of clothing.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, cause in America,
maybe because we know
it fashion, too very well.
Yeah, so much.
Right.
But then again, you get these weird fucks like dressing up like, I don't know, like it's like Halloween or something. But there's like some people who they all have their own thing.
Yeah, it's very different. Like in America, for example, if you saw like somebody wearing some like a skin tight like blouse, like blouse looking shit or something, like something weird, like different from other people, they'll be like, what the fuck, what is that?
They'll probably just be laughing.
Yeah, like what is that shit? But in Japan, it's like normal to be different. And I think it's like oh, he's just doing his thing, or she's just doing.
So you think it's more acceptable in Japan?
Hell yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think like people just don't care.
Actually, yeah, I can agree with you.
Yeah, dude.
But it also depends on the place, I think. In the States,
I don't know enough to. I don't know.
Like if you were to go somewhere else, I think people will look at you. But if you're like in New York City or California or whatever, right. they're like more liberal. Then it's like whatever. But
I guess that's right. Yeah. Right. I mean,
depends on the area, but we're talking about like the whole fucking America. Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah, and generally, I don't know. I felt like Japan, like they're more like free to choose like whatever they want to wear. They don't wear like, it's very hot, but I didn't see a lot of like, loose or like girl revealing clothes. Yeah. On both the men and women's part, I didn't really see that. Mm-hmm. But it's just the style is very different, very like colorful, like different types of dresses, blouses, like skirts, pants, like hats, everything. And you said this too, like Japanese people wear more types of hats, I think. Yeah. It's a more common thing there.
Yeah. I see I see just different types of style everywhere, like all around. So like, my buddy Dai on the first day.
Dude, he's the man, dude.
Yeah, his name is Dai, D-A-I. And like that kid, he went through so many phases, like in terms of fashion. If I showed you some of his pictures, his hairstyles, like everything, he was like almost bald at one point. Like that boy, yeah. And this boy is special because like his dad's a monk. So like,
is that real? His dad's a monk?
His dad's a full blown monk. So like head is like shiny as dome.
You saw it? You saw his dad?
I saw his dad. He's really cool.
So monks are allowed to have families? Like
I guess. I mean, look at Dai. I mean, he's talking.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, he's doing more than talking.
A full-grown
Let me tell you that much. They're not playing no checkers.
What are you referring to?
But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, he's got a lot of style, like different types of style. He was like really into hip hop at one point, so pretty much he was wearing like a fitted cap with a red bandana, you know, with the solid black shirt on, and like another day he would wear a do-rag with a white XX large white jersey. I mean, that kid is just something else. And then like the year after that, I would see him like wearing something very proper, like spiffy.
Really?
Yeah, with his hair like slick to the side. He has a lot of style. And then another year I saw him with crazy spiky like anime style like hair. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know
right?
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like he dyed it as well. And it's just like he just looks like I don't know,
an anime character.
Yeah, like an anime
like
character. And yeah, man. And then we saw him recently. I mean, not recently. We just saw him like several days ago, and he just looked normal.
He looked like a normal kid.
Yeah.
I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's funny, but yeah.
But I feel like that's normal because remember that Japanese TV show the Terrace House?
Yeah.
On Netflix. I mean, we were both really into that.
Yeah.
And the people there are like, don't sing it though. Shoot you in the face. Oh my god. It's a good show, by the way. It's about like what is it, 3 girls 3 guys living in the same house. It's like a Japanese version of Jersey Shore.
I mean Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Jersey Shore. Let's say it with me. Jersey, not orgy.
Georgie.
Oh my god.
But okay, what were you saying?
I forget. Fucker. No, but it's they like the people there, like they always change their styles a lot, and I was like, this is so weird.
Yeah,
but it's kind of cool at the same time.
Right. And our second day, we went to Osaka-jo, the Osaka Castle.
That was my favorite.
And remember, afterwards, we went down and we saw a reggae concert. And those of you who don't know, but I don't know how to word this, the second most Japanese populated country besides Japan is is in Brazil. Who would have thought that?
That's very random. I didn't know that until
Right?
you told me that.
Yeah. There's a
why is
huge
that? Do you know
community, Japanese community in Brazil. I don't know. Something about the war. After the war, they're trying to find jobs and shit. So
so they all like
bounced
emigrated,
there.
right? That's what Mina said.
Yeah, they bounced there for work. And that's why they brought over the reggae culture.
Like Bob Marley, like the whole
thing, man. I'm not too familiar with reggae. But anyways, you see a lot of Japanese people with, not a lot, but like you will see a good amount with like dreads. Dude,
you do that Mike Tyson impression when you went to Japan?
Oh, I can't, man.
And
you can't put me on the spot.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't believe it. Like,
no. Explain it. Because he went to Japan. Because
you guys can YouTube it. It's pretty much like Mike Tyson. He goes to Tokyo for some event. I don't even know. And he's like trying to shoot a commercial or whatever, or a promotion video. And like he's trying to do it, but like he just stops and he's like, something about like, I can't believe what I thought. Like,
what did he see?
Like, you know, it's an Asian person with a fro. You know?
It's an Asian guy with the fro.
I can't believe it. I don't know. He said something along the lines.
He was really shocked though. He was genuinely
like,
what's going on?
Yeah, and this was like in the 80s or something. So
that's so funny. Yeah, but Japanese people, they have those dreads. I've seen that.
Those dreads, man.
Yeah, Korea. If you
saw
it,
right?
Did you see it? I saw it.
Outside the concert?
Yeah, I saw a couple of them. Not like just one. But if you see some guy with dreads in Korea, you'd be like, what the fuck is like?
He's probably like some K-pop star, if anything.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, are there K-pop stars with dreads? There are, right? Oh no,
maybe like the rappers.
But there's like they're not normal people.
It's not it's not the norm here, obviously. Yeah, so like you wouldn't. Yeah, they would. Older people would say like, yeah, are you homeless? Because your hair, you need to wash that shit. It's pretty bad. Yeah, that's not really like normal. So
I remember the first Japanese person with dreads I saw was in Tokyo. Actually, it was at a McDonald's and it was near the Tokyo Skytree Tower. and I was just walking doing my own thing, and I was like, holy shit, is that a girl with dreads? It was a girl.
It was a girl with dreads. That's so weird because Asia's very like still very kind of conservative in some ways, you know. So that's like that stuff
In
is
Japan, right? Japan, I don't know. Japan is its own thing. It's kind of weird. It's hard to describe Japan, for me at least.
I think that
it's like the States. I don't know.
My take is that expression of your individuality is very like kind of
it's up there, man.
Yeah, they definitely encourage it, you know, society wise, but in terms of sexuality, I think, and like that's very similar to Korea, in that it's kind of closed and people are not allowed to talk about sex openly too much. Like in America, we always talk about sex jokes, like that's what she said, you know, like things like that. But yeah, that's what
Sounds
she
like
said.
what you say.
Yeah. But in Japan, I feel like it's similar to that in that way to Korea, I think. But one of the highlights for me was when I met Dai the first night. We had that fucking awesome meat. What is that meat called, dude?
It's called yakiniku.
Jesus Christ, that is probably the best meat I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it's very similar to Korean barbecue. If not, it originates from that. But you know, some argue this, some argue whatever. But anyways, yeah, how was it, man? Because I mean, you only know Korean barbecue, right? And then it was
I know American barbecue and then Korean barbecue. That's all I know.
Don't say barbecue like that.
Barbecue.
So how was how was the how was
you
it,
gave me my gun.
How was it, man?
It was amazing. Yo, how many types of meats were there? Like 3, right? There was like that.
Dude, we had
there was
so
like
much.
that intestines thing.
Yeah.
And then there was like that kalbi, that
we
like
had
Korean barbecue
intestine.
thing.
We had, is it ribs?
Yeah.
Is kalbi ribs?
Yeah, ribs.
Ribs.
Fuck. And then I forgot the other one, dude. Shit. Well, that was really good too. They were all.
Anyways, like, you'll see it on the video, but it's all kinds of like weird shit. But like if you eat it,
God, yeah.
Oh shit, that sauce though.
God damn.
That sauce though.
Yeah.
You're me. That sauce was like, okay. Oh shit.
It was so good. I'm like drooling right now.
Yeah, settle down, buddy. Yeah, enough of that monster.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Monster, by the way. It's helped me survive, bro. Anyway, dude, yeah, that meat was so amazing. It was so good. Like, meat in what are you talking about? Dude, what? I'm just saying. What kind of meat are you talking about? All right, so giant meat. Okay, a giant meat was really, really good, really tasty. It's like almost like you chew it and then it melts. You're like, oh my god, this is so freaking good. The quality of the meat is like
so good,
bomb. It's very bomb. Because you said, like, I think Dai and you were talking about, they're like special cows that are raised only in Japan, right? Is that right?
Yeah, like what they use, I mean, especially for like Kobe beef, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, there's just like they have they breed them like differently, they're freaking humans.
But but you can only get them in Japan though. What are they called?
I think certain types, but they're like black. They're like black cows or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. I might be wrong, but anyways, you can fact check me. But anyways, like you can't like, there's a certain, oh man, there's a certain type of meat that you can't like take out of the country.
You can't.
Like you can't jerk off a cow and put it in a cup, and you're gonna get in trouble, like at the customs.
Really?
Yeah, they take that shit seriously because they don't want you to breed that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Because it's only like a Japanese thing.
Yeah, because the thing about Wagyu, which is
it's called Wagyu.
Yeah, which is right. Japanese domestic meat. Is that it's like really well marbleized. You know, so it's a lot of fat content, and that's what makes the meat taste really good.
Right.
And so basically,
so good.
Yeah, they like went through a lot of shit to like, you know, breed a certain type of cow. And so yeah, that's like some good shit.
Dude, I mean, that definitely squashed my beef because, like, you know, I didn't know like
Squash your
shit.
dick.
What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Excuse me? Yeah. But definitely squashed the beef. It's squashed like pun intended. And then me and Dai talked about, like, you brought it up, but you're like, hey, what the younger generation Japanese people think about the Korean history and, like, you know, about like the war that, you know, between Korea and Japan, and like the you know, comfort woman, things like the horrific things that in the past Japan has done. And
I brought it up.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
You brought it up. But and Dai was kind of explaining that situation, and like I've never heard it from an actual Japanese person.
So did it satisfy? You know, did his answer satisfy?
It might have just been Dai, you know, that with those. But I think that it's the general public, the younger generation now in Japan. Mm-hmm. Like what Dai is saying is that, you know, what first of all, what Korea is saying is that, hey, listen, I don't care if, you know, it's in the past. Y'all motherfuckers never apologized officially, you know, for all that you've done. You never, like, you know, we still have comfort women are like, you know, Korean prostitutes that Japanese men like took advantage of back during the war. Mm-hmm. And basically it was like, yeah, like, you guys never apologized for that. We want an actual official apology from the government. So Japan never really went out and apologized. I mean, he did it, like Abe, you know, he did it once, but mm-hmm. It was kind of like, you know, just, oh, we're sorry for what we did. Like, and
half-heartedly. Yeah,
like half-hearted, like, okay, we're gonna compensate you monetarily. Mm-hmm. And Korea's like, dude, this is not about money. You know what I'm saying? So there's but
they accepted.
I don't know if they did. They probably accepted. Did. They did?
I think. I'm not sure. You can fact check me. Whatever you hear from this podcast is just complete bullshit. But
that is not true. But
I think maybe, I don't know. Fact check us.
I don't know if okay, but definitely yeah. So Dai was saying that Japanese government doesn't really need to apologize, because it's shit that, like, it's water under the bridge now. We're allies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, it's like, no matter, even if they do apologize, it's like, you know, what's the point? It's not like what we did. That was like our predecessors, people in Japan that ruled Japan in the past. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's Dai's point. It's that the only way we can like get ahead now and really
get shit done.
Yeah, amend this hostility mm-hmm. between Japan and Korea that's been going on for so long.
Yeah,
is to kind of like forget about the past and look to the future. And that's what the younger generation, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Younger generation Japanese people kind of think. But the thing is that I know a lot of Korean people, you know, in like who was born and raised here, and they think in a different way. Like, listen, you guys are like enjoying your lives, and the younger generation, they don't know shit about Korean, the history, and a lot of textbooks in Japan teach the wrong stuff. Like, they teach that like it was like an actual feat, an accomplishment, when they, you know, about the things they did to Korea. You know, conquering Korea was an actual like incredible accomplishment. So, but the reality is that they're more educated now, you know, like Japanese people. And at least if you graduated high school and college in Japan, you kind of know. Mm-hmm. Like everybody kind of knows that it was really bad, you know, mm-hmm. what Japan did to Korea. History.
Well, you got the internet too, you know what I mean?
Yes. So
it's not like back then, like whatever information you got was like from the government,
right?
Like, whether through textbooks or newspaper, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you got other sources too.
So I get it, and it kind of squashed the beef on my end, because like mm-hmm. I am Korean, mm-hmm. and even
so more hatred.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I never hated anybody.
I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, but I just kind of like, for me, I definitely wanted to squash that beef. Definitely, it was very important for me to hear that from a Japanese person perspective. Like,
yeah.
I came back from Japan, and like I met some people, like, you know, my friends, my, you know, coworkers and stuff, and I was like, they're like, oh, it's Japan. I was like, oh, it's great, man. You should go. They're like, oh, I'll never go to Japan. Listen, I'll never go. And I was like, oh, why not? And they're like, well, because I hate Japan. But thanks to the Osaka crackers that you brought from Japan, like some people are still, the younger generation now are still very, 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 they harbor that hatred and like.
That's all because of like their parents and grandparents.
I think so.
Shit. You're never. I mean, it's always gonna be the hatred and all this bullshit that they cling on to. It's gonna be prolonged by their parents and stuff, and it's gonna be a cycle of hatred that you'll never fucking get over. So they need to just. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, they gotta just forget about that shit.
But also,
just move on.
Also, I think it's because shit still happens. Like the Tokto Island is a Korean island. But a lot of people in Japan still think it's Japanese island.
Like Takeshima, yeah.
And so it's that kind of stuff is still happening. So I think that I agree with you, but at the same time, these things should be addressed somehow in order for there to be any sort of like, you know, like
it's addressed compromise. On the airport line.
Yeah, dude, I feel kind of bad because younger generation, like, the people our age, they don't give a fuck about Tokto or like they don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's all just old people that are fucking just bitter or whatever. You know, like they're all just it's all politics. You know, especially in Asian politics or at least Korean and Japanese. Wouldn't you say they're all just old people? Just like they're just like it's different generation, man.
There's a YouTube video where this Korean guy went to this restaurant in Osaka, and this old Japanese guy, like, he's screaming at him, "Get out of Japan! Get out of Japan! Get out of Japan!" He says it like 5 times.
You sound like an Indian dude.
Do I? Sorry if I offended anybody. I try to do like an old Japanese person, but
it's all good.
Yeah, but it's still like there's still some shit, but whatever, man. I felt like that squashed the beef a little more for me.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, and we ate a lot of good food, didn't we, man? So besides yakiniku,
I honestly don't remember the names.
Well, sushi, you remember that shit,
Jesus Christ, that shit was the best sushi I've ever had in my life.
What I tell you?
Yeah, I believe
everything that I said about Japan. Was it? Well, most of the things, they were accurate, right?
Yeah, I would say all of it was very accurate, man. Yeah.
I told you, I was like, yo, the sushi here in Korea, it does not even... Well, you probably knew that.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows it because sushi is originally Japanese, right? So, but that restaurant that you and Dai always go to, we went, oh my God. Watching that our video special, oh my God, that was some different level shit, man. I'm on a new level with that. Oh my God.
Who you?
Who is you? That shit was good, man.
Yeah.
That was, it melts in your mouth.
That fatty salmon, that toro, the fatty tuna. What else did we eat? Unagi, eel, uni.
We ate that
the sea urchin shit.
That
one more.
The meat.
Wagyu.
Yeah, wagyu.
There's wagyu sushi.
Bro, all of them were amazing. Like, it's different quality. And the guy was funny because I was wearing a sleeveless shirt. Yeah. And the sushi
like, protein.
Guys. Yeah. Protein. They saw me and they're like, "Oh, protein this." And that kind of like that was good marketing because I wanted more protein. I was like, "Yeah, give me that. Give me more of that salmon and shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but
it's really good.
How are the portions, man?
Yo, look at your face. You're so proud, like
because Korean people talk that smack. Mm-hmm. Korean people talk that smack. So, like, they always say, like, oh, Japanese food is so small, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. So tell them about it. It's because they don't know. They don't know where to go. They don't know the right things. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know what kind of bullshit they're eating. Probably they go to, like, the tourist areas and they get, like, gypped. That's the only reason why. I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I honestly think that Japanese food is a tiny bit a little more expensive. Compared to the portion sizes of other things. Like, for example, the soba that we ate, I was not even like half full, to be honest with you. I was like, but it came out to like $12. I was like, whatever. The sushi itself, I could have eaten more, to be honest with you, but I really held back because that stuff is like, the portion sizes are good. Like, for example,
on, man. The portion sizes were like
if it's like it's like $7 to $10 for one dish, and you get two pieces of sushi, and each one. Granted, we shared, and each one is literally like, I mean, it depends on what you get, but for example, the eel was huge. The eel was like this big for one, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't eat that in like one bite. You gotta eat like 2 bites. So their portion sizes are a bit, definitely bigger. And like we spent like 65 together.
I just think I just think they're more generous in terms. I mean, you get your money's worth. Every time I go to a restaurant, you get your money's worth. That's for me at least.
Yeah, that's for you. I mean, some people might think that like
because the portion to carb ratio is there. You know what I mean? The protein to carb ratio. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And so like if I go to a Korean restaurant, I'm talking generally, you get more carbs than protein, and it makes you full, but I'm not really like I don't feel like, I got my money's worth.
That depends though. Yeah, I disagree with you on that part. Because, like, for example, you can get chicken, and that's all, like, pretty much protein. I mean, you get, like, some salad and shit on the side.
No, but I'm talking about protein to carb, like, ratio. So if you get a dish that consists of both, because you're just talking about straight chicken or straight samgyeopsal or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's places like that. Well, I'm talking about, like, a regular meal. You know what I mean? That's with rice or whatever. And I think there's always more rice than there is to protein. That's my experience.
Depends on what you're getting, I think. Yeah. I mean, a lot of Korean food is definitely like, nowadays though, it's not like white rice is all carbs, but nowadays they're more like health conscious. So there's like that boribap, there's like hyunmi is like brown rice with like beans in it and stuff. So like, it depends, but I would say, Korea is more like spicy. The food is more spicy, and there are a lot more soupy oriented soup, like, so it does. I know what you mean, definitely, but I like both Japanese and Korean, but I think I would have to go with Korean if I had to like eat every day.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, because like for me, it's like, I don't know. I need that like Korean spice, man. Some people just get really addicted to it. So everyone has their preferences, but I mean,
it gets time to get used to it.
Jesus, just go to Japan, man. What about that?
What else was there?
We went clubbing. Nightlife in Osaka.
How was that?
That was fun. I mean, yeah, music was great. The atmosphere was good. There were different, like, I mean, it's just like any other club, I feel,
right. So if you guys want to go clubbing in Osaka, then you should go to Namba. And over there's a bunch of clubs there near the Ebisu Bridge.
Definitely brush up on your Japanese slightly. You don't have to speak like a lot. I mean, I had fun though, because I was talking to some people there, and you were gone, man. You were just gone in the brain, in the membrane.
I don't remember anything.
It's all good, man. You're having a good time though. You were dancing everywhere.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so
I don't remember.
I don't know any Japanese. I know like little bits and pieces, but I don't know enough. So, it was still fun though. Trying to make conversation.
And if you want to save money on drinks, you can go to a convenience store like Lawson. That's the name of the convenience store, and you can get this whiskey in a small kind of flask looking thing for only, how much was it? Like $4 or $8? I don't remember. $4, $8,
$6, I think, wasn't it?
$6. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, That's good. That gets the job done. So you could get a couple of those and you good to go.
I think food wise also the pork ramen. Sorry, what in Kyoto, right?
Yeah,
that was like a very famous place that Kaori took us to.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god, that was the best ramen I've ever had.
Yeah, and
Best.
the different thing about that place was they like thinly sliced the pork. And usually the pork slices are thicker like this.
Yeah.
But they had them sliced so thin using the freaking deli machine. I don't know what the hell you call it. And yeah, they literally put the slices all over your bowl, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
different.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was like pork and high quality pork too. I can tell like it was very good. So I mean, yeah, dude, they really perfect their craft, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
I would get fat in Japan. I know it, man. Just the food is just is very much. It's not as greasy as America, but definitely like it's heavier. I think heavier. I would get fat for sure. I would need to work out like twice as hard, but the food is great, and overall the trip was like fantastic. We went to a lot of different places. So
we went to Osaka, Kobe, and Kyoto. Which place did you find, the most interesting, or it was just whatever? Like,
Osaka,
what
definitely by
you?
far, man. The castle, Osaka Castle, because Osaka Castle, for those of you who don't know, like it's like the entry to the castle is an actual like park, and that's where the reggae concert was happening, and there's like a fountain in the middle, and there's like trees on all the sides, like people are just camping out. I love that nature stuff. That's my scene. So like even like the paths, like the walking paths, and like the trees were cut in a certain way, like everything was just formulated very, very, very neatly well.
Yeah,
it's definitely a date spot. Like I would say you have to go there if you want to.
And how cool was the moat around the castle too?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was super, super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like kind of chilling around that moat for a while.
Yeah, and remember that time in Kyoto we went to the Golden Palace or whatever it is, and then we were exiting and there were some people sweeping outside. When we say outside, like they're like sweeping like leaves off of the grass. like they're literally sweeping
you're a brown
outside.
leaf, so I'm gonna sweep you off.
They're like sweeping the backyard of that place. It was a sight to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think there's two things that we talked about this before, but like definitely culturally Japan they're very like clean, very
tidy,
very tidy with everything.
Yeah.
Secondly, generally I heard that the general public, I gotta find out from like your friends, but generally people pay slightly higher taxes than Korea, so it works, man. I mean they keep their country very clean, so that was really.
How's the bidets?
Say. I didn't use that. I didn't use it.
Oh, you didn't use it?
I don't like it.
Oh, you don't?
I don't like water being sprayed in my asshole. It doesn't feel.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, those are pretty cool actually. You guys should definitely try it out if you haven't. They have music too, so
yeah, you like things going up your butt. I mean, you told me.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to get my salad tossed.
Oh well, like whatever.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian when it comes to that.
Oh my god. People are just gonna be like,
what?
Delete.
I'm a vegan. No. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the
bidets.
Yeah, them cool. What else was there?
There was a lot of stuff, man, that I feel like once this episode ends, we're gonna remember. Like, we should have talked about this.
And did you notice like they have like separate tissues for you to like sanitize? There's a little spraying thing, and then you can wipe your seat before you place your ass in a public toilet.
I did not see that, but
they should have that in the States. It makes sense. And they don't have bins. That's the thing. In Korea, they have bins, so you get a mountain of shit covered tissues like right next to you. You're smelling it. you're ingesting. It's just everything in your chest, your lungs, the particles. You know, the shit particles. But like in Japan, they don't have that. It's like in the States. Like it's just put that shit and you flush it. So
I think some people put like mountains of tissues in the toilet, so it kind of it clogs, and that's like the worst.
Yeah, but that means they gotta work on their freaking
potty training.
I don't know, man. It's just
you're
a lot of ratchet shit.
You're a stickler for that though. You're like you. That's why I think you like Japan a lot, because they're very like clean and.
I mean, don't you like Japan for that, because they're kind of clean and shit?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but
it's a bit dirty here. It's a little dirty, like the public bathrooms at least.
I don't use them.
Yeah, they're really grimy.
Have you been to China yet?
No.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go.
Why, you shit outside?
You do. Babies. I mean, hey, listen, I have nothing against China. But when your little baby is shitting on the sidewalk and you're peeing everywhere, and like that's like a cultural thing, because that's like a sign of like you don't want to curse your baby by closing up their a-hole and their penis and their vaginas.
Vaginas.
It's literally like they're shitting on the sidewalk as you're walking, like a dog.
That is so fucking
I was
crazy.
shocked, dude. Oh, I thought it was like a toy that he was dropping on the floor. No, it's a piece of shit. It's like they're just shitting on the floor, and like
wait, so there's a hole in the diaper.
Yep, and that's like, because I don't know. I went to Beijing and that's what I saw. So I mean, I don't want a bunch of Chinese
superstition,
like Chinese haters. It's a superstition. I think that's what my Chinese friends told me. Like when I was in Beijing, like that.
It's like bad luck if you.
It's bad luck if you cover up your diapers and your private parts, and
come on,
if you're
man.
a baby,
please, I don't give a fuck about your superstition.
Yeah.
Please stop doing that.
So I almost got peed on by a little, like,
Jesus Christ,
like a 6-month baby. Oh, that was an interesting experience. Anyway,
that's everywhere in China, or
I don't know, man. I think that was Beijing when I went, and
Jesus Christ,
I was shocked. Like you don't need a dog here. You don't need pets. I mean, your little baby is your pet, basically. So that was interesting for me too. But
that's a culture difference, so whatever.
All interesting things, man. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. Do you know anything else? I mean, today we really wanted to talk about the cultural aspects of Japan, and that's what I think we really like. We put it out there today.
Yeah. Do
you have anything else you want to like share about like whatever experiences and stuff?
No, not really.
Yeah,
I was just happy to see you like experiencing Japan.
Yeah, man.
Because like I was always saying like, oh my god, Japan's so cool, but you're like, okay, just settle down. And then like it was your first time, so like it was cool for me to see you like experiencing different shits.
Definitely knew I'd like it, but I liked it more than I thought. So
wow,
very awesome.
Great to hear.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, it was great. I would love to live in Japan for maybe a few months, even like that would be really cool. I mean, your friends are freaking awesome. Shout out to Dan, Joe. Joe is Dan's roommate. He was a super cool dude.
Yeah, thanks for letting us stay at your crib.
Man. Mina, Dai, and Kaori, like, yeah, man. It was a blast because of you guys. So
yeah, definitely.
Shout out to you guys for sure.
It's a game changer.
Come to Korea. We'll show you a fucking good time, but you might not remember.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, don't laugh like that. Yeah,
that's what she said. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
all right.
So that's it. All right.
Let's wrap it up.
You want to wrap it up, boy?
No, I'm good. You should.
Okay, so
I'm just like the expert in that thing.
All right, so come find us on Facebook at Squash the Beef, and you can find us on Twitter at STBeef00, and YouTube Squash the Beef, and our site is STBeef00.com.
.com. Yep. That's it.
And it'll be in the description link below.
Wrap it up. We'll see you next time.
Rabbit.
Yo, stay tuned for our video special to Japan.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
All right. Peace.
Laters.